We're making an exception for work, but we're not making an exception for our mail.
I just need to present the facts.
No, and I'll cooperate with you, but I'm mad at Dad. This is stupid.
Dad wants to play stupid games. We can play along.
You'd be lying to Dad.
8 months since I've been able to hang out with my dad. Of course I'm gonna rebel a little. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm freaking tired of it.
We can,
for the holidays.
Dad can figure out how not to tear apart his family over something so stupid.
Okay, I don't think we have to go to extremes, okay?
Guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's Tuesday, January 4th. Okay, so on Sister Wives over the weekend, I did a recap yesterday, but there was a part of the episode that I kind of missed and I thought I would talk about because, you know, it's always good to have the kids share how they feel. So Kody Brown has really dug his heels in, and he believes that it's his duty as the father and patriarch to tell everyone how to live their lives and how they need to follow specific rules to not pass around the germs.
I don't even know.
Well, okay, so basically then, Cody, I don't think it's gonna ever work for us all to get together.
Listen, these aren't the rules for me to be able to come to your house. Those are a different set of rules. These are the rules for us to be able to actually associate as a family.
Now, obviously, for many families, taking very serious precautions was not uncommon, and some families more than others had to stay quarantined for a lot longer than others. But for the Browns, who seemingly have mostly healthy children, the choice by Kody made some people feel really like, why? Why is this? Like, everyone seems to be healthy. Well, in the episode on Sunday night, there was a few things that I noticed, and one of them was that Kody Brown says that Christine blames him for what happened to Truly when she was like 3 or 4 years old. And then Mr. Gabriel, his son, says that Kody is ruining the family. And then when Robyn got a gift from, when Robyn finally gets a gift from her sister wife, Janelle, it was really bizarre because you know what happened? She got a gift and she brought it in the house and there wasn't any wipes. All right, we have a lot to unpack, so let's get going.
But anything that I can do to prevent it is a smart idea. You know why? Because I got a 4-year-old who needs a dad till she's 21. And she just represents the entire family. That includes Savannah. That includes Truly.
Kody Brown, the patriarch that has steam coming out of his ears, and it's hard to know whether or not this is real or fake or if they're just doing this for TV, but we do know that Christine left Kody and now the family is on their own in Utah, and Christine is living her best life. In fact, on New Year's Eve, she celebrated with all of her kids in Utah and she seems to be doing really well. She seems really happy in all of her photos and looks to be having just a good life. Kody, on the other hand, has been in Flagstaff with his other wives, and Janelle and Christine still maintain a good relationship, so there's good news there. But Kody and Robyn, who are generally very active during the season, have taken a stance of not being public at all and not tweeting. So Kody seems to know that the world is not at his favor, and instead of actually participating in the live tweeting, which is typically something they've done for every single season, he and the ladies are just not responding to really anything to do with the show.
Blah, 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 blah. Just vomit more bullshit. Vomit more bullshit. God, I'm just sick of it.
The show.
So Garrison is...
So with that being said, Kody has been, for a lot of fans, they're noticing that he's getting a lot more aggressive. He's getting a lot more angry. He looks very unhappy. And for some people, they're just really tired of it. In fact, I asked you guys in comments what you would want to see from this show. And some of you just said that the show should be canceled and there should be a Escaping Kody Brown with Christine, Robyn, Janelle, and Mary. Would you watch that show? Others of you suggested that you would want to watch Christine and a cooking show. I think I would go with Christine and a cooking show. I've had enough of the drama, but Christine cooking, if you've ever caught her cooking on Facebook or on her Instagram, she's so funny. She's like the kind of person that talks a mile a minute, and she bebops through 47 different topics in 5 seconds, something I can appreciate as someone with ADHD. So what are your thoughts on that? Put me some comments below. Oh, and before we get into anything more, make sure you do this a huge favor and give this video all kinds of likes, because I love getting likes. It's so fun. And I got like 16,000 on one video, so could you try to help me get to 10,000 likes on this video? Thank you. Okay, back to the show. I'm all over the place today.
Each other. And what's happened is now they don't care to answer to each other or to me, but I'm still answering to them. Once again, more polygamy double standard.
All right, well.
So on the episode, after Cody sort of like lets loose on Janelle talks to the kids, right? And so she's talking to Gabriel and Garrison and Savannah, and Gabriel and Garrison just do not want to abide by Cody's rules. And Gabriel basically says that, you know, it's been 9 months since we've seen our dad. Somebody could have had a kid, been pregnant and had a kid this entire time, and we wouldn't have known. Was he alluding to something? Were we supposed to believe that Robyn was pregnant? We know she's not pregnant. But you know what I mean? Like, Gabriel was like alluding to the fact that someone could have had a kid. It had been that long since he had seen his dad. And he said that his dad was ruining his family over these rules. Now, mind you, for some people, it's been harder to understand the severity of the pandemic than others. And so Gabriel, being young, is kind of in that subset of people that during this time, mind you, this was well before there was a vaccine, a lot of people some people didn't take it as seriously as others, and they still don't, and that's their prerogative. So for him, he finds these to be very suffocating, and he doesn't want to abide by them. And he feels like, and he's said this before, that the rules are very much directed around Robyn and him being with Robyn. Now, Cody told Janelle that Robyn was in compliance and cared more about the family than she did, so ouch. And then, you know, Janelle then knocked Miss Robyn off her pedestal.
Car,
but I
you
thought it was
go get a job, here's some cash, bye.
I'm on the verge of washing my hands of it. I'm going to have Gabriel and Garrison move out of the house.
But I thought it was weird because, okay, so Gabriel starts yelling about his dad, right? And he's like, oh my gosh, like my dad's ruining the family. And then in like a subsequent scene, when Janelle goes to Robyn's house, it's so staged, you guys. It's so ridiculous. She drops off these towel racks. So she's like, oh, I got you these heated towel racks. Like, what a weird thing. But anyways, I mean, it sounds like super, like a great idea, like self-care. She's like, I'm all about self-care. Robyn obviously is in a different season, but Janelle says like, I'm all about doing self-care things. Janelle starts talking about these rules about having to wipe down mail. Okay. And then one of the rules too is that Robyn has to, they have to also either wipe things down with wipes, or they have to leave it outside. Okay. So the box was transferred from Janelle's car, who is like, doesn't abide by the rules according to Cody. And Robyn took little to no precaution and literally just had her hands all up on the box. And she's like opened the box and looked at the box. And then before she met Janelle out back, she took the box inside.
What is it?
So this is a warmer for your,
Oh,
so your towels are hot.
like I'm not someone who. And go ahead and sit down.
On these chairs over
Yeah,
here?
just whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, whatever you want over there. There's camping chairs, and then there's.
Cool.
At no time in that place did I see her wipe down the box with alcohol wipes. Did I see her sanitize the box? Nothing. So the rules that Cody claims that they have, Robyn wasn't abiding by because Robyn opened the box without sanitizing her hands, brought the box into her house without wiping it down with alcohol. Who else thinks that these rules are actually fake? Do you think that Cody and Robyn are actually following these rules? Now, I have to put the huge elephant in the room, you guys. Cody and his family are massive, like, Cody is like extremely on the right fringe of politics. He's an extremist. He is a humongous, like, conspiracy guy. And he's like the kind of person that in the real world wouldn't even believe that this thing happened. but yet on the show, he's like so hyper vigilant about it. And he's like screaming about how he needs to be around for his his youngest daughter, with Robyn, who's 4, Ariella. And I'm like, okay, is this all for show or is it because of TLC? One thing you guys have noticed is they're never filming inside, ever. They're always outside when they're filming. So do you think there was stipulations with TLC about filming because they're never filming inside? I haven't noticed this on any other show, even shows that were filmed around the same time. No filming inside by any of the people. So if there's nothing going on inside, is this really just because of Sister Wives? Like in any other world, do you think Kody would have cared about this pandemic as much had it not been for the show and the requirements for filming? Right, guys, okay, back to it. So they don't even actually like adhere to the rules, which was such a glaring, obvious gaffe by Robyn. Okay, so Robyn breaks the rules, can't stay to the rules. Gabe blames Kody for breaking up the family, right? So you've got all these different things. And then at one point at the end, Kody is going on a tangent. Like he is angry, he is screaming, he's yelling. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but what we didn't talk about was Kody shifted the goalposts again. Kody's reasons for being this strict vary from needing to be alive when Ariella's 21, truly having kidney failure when she was a kid, or to Solomon having maybe had RSV and now might have asthma. But it was in this specific episode that he flat out said that Christine blames him for what happened to Truly.
No guilt trip, just a little prick to your conscience, and you guys decide what you do. Because I'm not going to tell this family how they do it. I am going to lead the way that I think is the right way.
I think Christine hates me, partly because Truly almost died. And she thought that I had been negligent. Okay? Changes relationships. And then me hate the people who weren't doing the rules. And then end up in a divorce with whoever's child died. Because that's pretty much a given anymore in our culture.
So when Truly was really young, she got really, really sick and they did not have insurance. And is this the other elephant in the room that we need to talk about? How is it that this family has been on our TV for over 10 years and they do not have proper health insurance for their kids? Is that negligent? Like, is it negligent for a parent to not have the proper insurance given that their parents have these humongous houses, $900,000, over $2 million in real estate holdings, and drive like Infinities and have a Lexus, but they don't have insurance for their kids? What? So they didn't have insurance for Truly. Truly ends up in the ICU and she's in kidney failure. And they did at one point think it was very touch and go for her. And for some reason, Kody now decides to say that Christine blames him for that. And so now the reason why he's being this strict, not because of Ariella, not because of Solomon. Now the reason why he's being so strict is because he doesn't want Christine to blame him if something happens to Truly. Here's the thing, you guys. Truly did recover. And lots of kids go through very, very, very significant illnesses and then rebound from them. Just because she was having kidney failure doesn't mean her kidneys failed, and it doesn't mean that her kidneys didn't recover. Kids have resilient bodies, resilient. And as far as we know, they have never mentioned that Truly has required follow-up or extended care for that issue. So the fact that she had a kidney issue years ago wouldn't make her any more at risk today than otherwise. The kidney issues that they were specifically talking about for COVID had to do with diabetic patients, for which Truly is not. So Kody's goal shifting and moving the goalpost depends on which wife he's talking to, and the rules change depending on who he's talking to as well. Also, Janelle mentioned that she thinks these rules are brand new and didn't exist before, so there's that. Either way, I looked through the the grams of the ladies back from a year ago at Thanksgiving, and I noticed that on Thanksgiving, Janelle had made a post and it had nothing to do with Kody, and it was actually about eating pumpkin pie, and it was a tribute to Christine. Yes, to Christine, not to Kody. And I'm starting to wonder, did Janelle leave Kody too? So her post from last Thanksgiving, pumpkin pie for breakfast is one of my longest standing traditions. I can remember eating it as a kid with my family all the wonderful years that Christine Brown and I made sure we had enough pie on our hands for breakfast. And this year is no different. For some reason, I think the pie tastes better the morning after, maybe because you aren't so full. And hey, this is with a big stretch of the imagination, several food groups are represented. Do you have a fun day after Thanksgiving tradition? So the day after Thanksgiving, which she said, by the way, she was going to be going to Utah, she was eating pie, and she was eating pie and paying homage to Christine. So 2 wives are debating leaving, and I actually think it's Janelle and Christine. And Janelle and Christine have been getting together more and more often. Janelle and Christine have been commingling and hanging out, and Janelle and Christine are more connected than Cody, and they pick each other over Cody. What does that tell Cody? Gabriel blames his dad. Cody blames Christine or whoever, and Janelle is blaming Cody for having fake rules. I think the rules were fake, and Robyn can't even abide by them. So, final question. I know there's been many. Do you think the rules that Cody made are actually real, or were they for TLC, or did they add dramatic effect, or was it for him to avoid being around his other wives? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.